It was a blockbuster at Anfield, where Manchester City grabbed a last-minute win to keep a chase on Arsenal for the trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Monday Review Show here on Score Report. My name is Kindo. As always, I'm joined by football analyst Chike. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Welcome, guys, to another Monday review show.
What a weekend it was. Lots of actions across different cities in England. Let's begin with Arsenal vs Sunderland.
Yeah, brilliant game from Arsenal. Brilliant performance. I liked how Sunderland came out in the first half, showing Arsenal that this wasn't going to be an easy game. Through the middle, they kept things quiet for Declan Rice, Zubimendi, and Havertz. There was nothing happening in the middle. They kept it until that brilliant strike from Zubimendi, his sixth goal of the season. I think this is his highest goal scoring season in his career. So he's doing brilliantly well. So after that goal, it was a one-way show. Arsenal dominated the second half. Gyökeres coming in, scoring a brace, banging form at the very right time, the critical period of the season,
Indeed.
which is when you need your top players performing, showing that they can lead and take you to the next level. So Gyökeres came in, scored his brace, and I believe it was just a formality. Arsenal kept the ball. I liked Sunderland's performance. They are basically secure. Probably looking to fight for Europe, but I think they still have so much in store to be able to do that. So, yeah, Arsenal did well, and I believe they gave themselves some cushion ahead of the Liverpool and City game, which also ended in a thriller. Yeah.
Definitely. Well, I'm proud of the boys, I must say. It was expected, I expected them to contend that Sunderland side. When you want to be a champ, these are the kind of things that you do. You contend teams, middle teams, bottom table teams, even title contenders. You do the best you can to contend them, to show them that yeah, you are going for something. They were ruthless. The consistency continued after the game against Leeds, and they brought their A game, contend them, and they were able to get a win in that game. Something that's very, very impressive. Now, looking at that starting lineup for Arsenal, Ateta introduced Havertz again in the middle of the park. Is that something that is sustainable?
Havertz naturally is a midfielder. When you
Which was
look, when you
converted.
Yeah, but his breakout role in football was as a midfielder, as an attacking midfielder. So he did. That was the reason why Chelsea signed him in the first place. Did brilliantly in Bayer Leverkusen. And was had a shout then. For even the Ballon d'Or because he was really, really doing great.
Yeah.
So yes, if it's something that he's doing where he's battling, the physicality is needed, especially now where players are getting tired, from all the games and all. His creativity is also there. So if you can combine those two, I think it will be the perfect blend at this critical period of the season. So his physicality, his creativity, and his goal scoring attribute as well. I think is a fine combination for that particular role. In some games, you might need control, which is when Odegaard might come in. So I think, yeah, it's something that is sustainable, but depending on the tactical approach of the coach.
Looking at the records from the last two games, where Arsenal are able to score 8 goals. I mean, 7 goals thereabout. Yeah, 4 from Leeds against Leeds and 3 against on the last 7 goals. Odegaard did not start in those games, but I understand he contributed in the game against Leeds. He gave an assist. But if you can look how the team is performing now without Odegaard, now I've always said that I want Odegaard to be on the bench because being a captain to me, I don't really think it's a sure spot for you. You must start the game for your club. So looking at how that club is performing, Arsenal are scoring goals now without a certain Odegaard. If Hazard is there, Hazard is able to maintain that his spot in the middle of the field, would you want him to continue? Odegaard be on come from the bench sometime or most times even, or even played in the cup games like FA Cup
The
and
the reason you have a big squad is to be able to use
rotate?
players. Everyone is competing for a position.
Mm,
So aside that tactical approach I talked about,
yeah.
every player should compete. If you are not informed, you stay in the bench. See what is happening on the left back position currently. You have Calafiori, Nkapie, Skelly. The competition is there.
Very high.
Currently now, Nkapie is playing like someone that really wants, that knows what he
Mm.
wants. He's not ready to give up that position, and it will be difficult to say that Calafiori is stamped in that position. So for every position, that's how it should be. You should be able to fight to keep your place. If you are not performing, someone else can replace you. And
Take your place.
also, if it allows players to rest, to be able to rest and regain strength, so other players that can also perform for the team can play in certain games. Everything is about proper rotation and the proper tactical approach.
Mm. Now, looking at that result, what it means for Arsenal is Arsenal have gone, they've maintained their 6 point lead, 13 games left to be played. And just to note, they still have the likes of Chelsea away, Man City away, and Spurs away. How sure are you of Arsenal taking that trophy? Now, we talked of that team before, but I want you
Yeah.
to, looking at how it is right now, City seems to have, with what happened against at Anfield,
Yeah.
they have to play City away, play Chelsea away, and then Spurs away. How sure are you for Arsenal to leave
Well,
that trophy?
City got a brilliant result,
Mm,
which I believe we are still going to talk about. They
definitely.
got a brilliant result, but it doesn't remove the fact that they have been poor this season. Arsenal, despite their lack of taking up some opportunities when it came up, they have been the better consistent team in,
Indeed.
yeah,
Indeed.
between the two. So let's not forget, Man City are not the first team to win at Anfield this season. Burnley have won there.
Mm,
I know
mm,
the mental approach to the game and what was at stake in this particular game is always different. And I think this is the first time they are winning there since 2003. But Man City has been consistent. They can give you a very good performance today. In the next week, they can fumble and they concede a lot of goals. Arsenal, on the other hand, don't concede goals, which is vital at this stage of the season. They don't concede goals. Their last two games now have been clean sheets,
mm.
and they've scored 4, 3, 7 goals. So they don't concede and they are scoring. That's an advantage for any team.
Indeed.
Yeah, if you are not conceding goals, it gives you some kind of
Leverage.
confidence. Yeah, leverage. You can call it leverage. Yeah, to at least go and score when you know that your defense is secure. There's no Premier League for me. I don't think there's any Premier League game that is easy. And except maybe for the relegated teams. So Man City will still battle it out, whether it's West Ham they are playing, West Ham they are fighting for their lives. Everybody still have tough games to go through. So that's
That's
why I
true.
feel Arsenal have learnt their lessons from the past 3 seasons. I believe they have learned. So they have to keep their heads down, be humble, do what they are doing, avoid pressure, and I believe they will go all the way to win.
All the way to lift the trophy come May for Arsenal there. Let's hope that's the result for Arsenal at the end of the season. Now let's take a look at the game between Wolves versus Chelsea. It was, everyone expected Chelsea to get a win in that game.
Yeah,
Wasn't much of a show for me.
yeah.
What do you think of that game?
It was a Parma show.
Parma
That
show
that
indeed,
is all
indeed.
I'll say. Chelsea were expected to win, but Palmer showed why he's critical in that middle for Chelsea.
Yeah.
In the January transfer and even before then, I think late last year, we were hearing rumors that he was unsettled.
Mm,
He wanted to leave Chelsea. He's depending on penalties, no longer producing and all that stuff. So I'm glad that he shot many people up yesterday with a brilliant performance. And one thing I need to note is that Chelsea shouldn't be depending on Palmer.
mm,
When Palmer is not available, they struggle a lot. They struggle a lot. And for a team that has spent so much, especially in their creative area,
mm.
I don't think they should be struggling as much without one player. So aside Palmer's, goal, nothing else. Nobody came score. I think the 3 goals were in the first half. So you expect that at least in the second half, another player can pop up with something. But
No one else.
Wolves were already relegated, so they are just dropping their performances as as the week goes by. So yeah, it was a brilliant performance. I think Rosenau, Liam Rosenau, I believe that's his name.
Mm,
He's getting more accustomed to his players, getting results, which is I think he hasn't lost yet in the Premier League.
yeah.
Getting results and which is good for any new coach at any club. So yeah, brilliant from Chelsea and keeping keeping in touch with Man United for the top four spot.
Indeed, no one really cares about that game because I mean it's just Wolves. One thing that stood out for that game is the Palmer hat trick. Statistically, he's now the player, I mean, the Chelsea player with the highest number of hat trick in the Premier League. The likes of Hazard played for that club, certainly the Drogba. So it's very impressive, very applauding for Palmer to know. He's been there for just a couple of seasons and he already holds that record. So what that result means for Chelsea is they're now on 43 points, 4 points above Liverpool and 1 point behind United. Do you think it's a setting for Chelsea to make that top five finish?
It's looking likely.
Hmm.
It's looking very, very likely. Liverpool have not been consistent, and I think they are the only challengers for the remaining teams there.
Hmm.
They might go on a run, but Chelsea, Chelsea as well are not really consistent. Although with the new coach, they have been winning games. But let's see, it's a plus to the ambition for the top five places. So let's see as it goes.
Let's move on from that game and take a look Manchester United versus Tottenham Hotspur at Old Trafford.
Yeah, brilliant, another brilliant performance from Manchester United.
Indeed.
Disciplined, consistent, always looking to create. And the mentality has just been right since Carrick has been in the helm. 4 wins now in a row. Brilliant. I think one game left for that guy that keeps
The
his hair.
United fan that kept his hair for
So what
five in a row.
yeah, one game left for him now to cut his hair. So but brilliant performance. Carrick has done an amazing job. I don't think many Man United fans saw themselves in this particular position.
Yeah, changed
When
their lives.
yeah, I don't think many Man United fans saw themselves in this particular position under Amorim. They weren't sure of what to expect, especially in games that they were meant to win. So yeah, brilliant from Manchester United. Tottenham, poor. I told you last weekend that the Tottenham were going to get destroyed. I know they had the red card, but from their showing, it didn't look like they were going to offer much. To be honest with you, it didn't look like they were going to offer much. Romero's stupid tackle, needless red card, putting your team in a very, very bad position. That's the second red card of the season, and he has the worst red card in sports history. I think there was a stat that
Yeah, since he joined Tottenham Hotspur, they have the
he
highest
had the
red card in
highest
the league.
red card.
Four
So
red cards.
yeah, so
That's
it's
terrible.
it's poor putting your team in a situation like this. At this time of the season, in that kind of game. It was really, really poor, a poor choice from him, poor decision. They tried, the rest of his teammates, they tried to kind of contain Manchester
The United
United,
side, yeah.
yeah, and they did well for some time before they conceded the second goal, but the deed was already done. That red card was already putting a dent to their hopes of maybe even winning or getting a draw
Getting
out
a
of
draw.
that game. So yeah, credit to Man U, credit to Carrick.
Where everybody can applaud Man U, you can applaud Carrick, but I'm still saying that to me it still seems like a fairy tale thing. Yes, I'm still saying it because until United, let's wait for next season. In fact, let's wait for next season where they have to play as much games as other teams are playing. Then I could tell if really Carrick is the guy or not. Because now, I mean, they just have one game to play week in, week out, So that's lots of advantage for Manchester United. But you cannot take anything away from them. They're also a very good team. It's the same thing and it's the same stuff that Amorim had that he was not able to deliver. I think that was one of the reasons that got him fired. You have just one game every week and you could not deliver. Still, I don't think until next season, I don't think Carrick is that guy yet. But that's another thing that I saw in that United team that's very, very impressive. They shoot outside of the box. They don't really wait for crosses from the flanks or for them to get in the middle and in the 16-yard box to get a tap in.
Yeah.
They're always shooting from outside. It's something I'm very, very. If if an Arsenal team can, copy that, it should be
They
something that
they have
you'll be very
they
proud.
have quality players.
Mm,
Cunha, I think Cunha has the most outside of the 18 goals in the league. I think since two seasons now
mm,
or 3 seasons. We all know the brilliance of Fernandez. Casemiro also has like Mbeumo, like they have quality players that can take chances no matter where they are in and around that 18
mm,
yard area. So yes, when you have quality players, they should be encouraged, to shoot more often.
yeah. So now, what that result means for Manchester United is that they are now on Manchester United are fourth on 44 points, three above, um, 1 point above Chelsea, and 3 points behind Villa. United is going to finish in the top five. You believe that?
The way it's looking, yeah, one game a week with the performance they are giving,
They should be able to
definitely, yeah,
finish in the top five.
yeah,
Hmm.
they should.
Now let's move on from that Man United game and take a look at the man, the thriller, or should I say the blockbuster of the week,
Yeah, yeah,
Liverpool
yeah.
versus Manchester City at Anfield.
Brilliant
What a
game,
game that was.
brilliant game.
Mm.
Brilliant games. Manchester City dominated that first half. The
Indeed,
first half
yes.
was
Yeah,
all
really,
man.
they did.
It didn't look like a home game. I was a bit disappointed with Liverpool. Yeah, I wanted them to win, but you expect a brilliant game at least from the first whistle. So Man City dominated the first half. The second half, yeah, both teams. It was a really enjoyable watch. Both teams came out. It was pure attacking football. Chances were created. Brilliant free kick, very brilliant free kick from Szoboszlai. He should have won the game.
Mm, mm.
That's the difference. I think that is the same kind of free kick that won the game against
Against
Arsenal.
Arsenal,
Yeah,
indeed,
yeah,
definitely, it
yeah.
was. It was.
So for any team, and that's where we talk about mentality. For a different team, they would have seen that goal. Oh wow, 78 minutes. What a goal. That's it. You know, let's just drop our heads and move on to the next game. Man City came out, got the equalizer. Any other team could have said, "Yeah, we got the equalizer.
That should be
Let's
enough
move on
for us
from."
here.
They still went ahead, pushed, got the penalty. Wrong decision from Allison, I
Mm,
must say, but they got the penalty. And under pressure, Haaland, you can always trust him to
mm.
deliver.
To deliver, yeah.
So, brilliant game. Man City keeping the pressure on Arsenal. Liverpool fumbling their top five chances. Disappointing, but it was a brilliant game. I enjoyed the
To be honest, I'm leave it right now. Looking at that game because
game.
I expected Liverpool to get a win in that. Because definitely one that once supposed like got that free kick in the 74th minute, it looked like I was hopeful that the highest City could get in that game should have been a draw, but
Yeah,
the situation turned around and they ended up
yeah,
losing that game.
yeah,
Now let's talk about that last minute chaos. That hula baroo, should I say, that happened in the last minute. How do
yeah,
you how are you going to describe that incident? So Bosley got a direct red card. He's
yeah,
going to miss 3 games in something that seems, they were already losing.
yeah.
Now,
Well, you
just
cannot,
analyze that situation for
you
me.
you cannot. He's a human being. The
Mm,
ball is going into the net, or sorry, Haaland was going through. So at least he's trying to prevent. You can't just let him run through. At least if he had done something, his thought process would be there could still be another chance. Even if I get the red card, let's put the ball up or something, but not concede three. You understand? Not concede three. And the rules were followed in that situation. The rules were followed. The foul was called back and the red card was given. Many people were saying just leave him and give the goal. But
yeah, that was what I
no,
expected actually because
the
it was
rules
not.
have to be followed. If it's broken, then there's no need having the rule in place. So it was a very interesting. At the other end, I felt there was a foul on Salah before that event took place, that
Mm,
whole chaos. There was a foul on Salah which wasn't checked. It was a controversial take after the game. So we felt, many people felt that Salah was pulled back when it was true on goal.
mm.
That wasn't checked before the chaos. But In that particular situation, the rules applied.
Indeed, the rule applied for Sobosla, and he's now going to miss 3 straight games.
Unfortunately,
That's going to be a very big blow for a
yeah,
Liverpool
yeah,
side
yeah,
that's really fighting to see if
yeah.
they can make it into the top 5. Now, looking at Manchester City, what that result meant for them is that they are now still on 6 points behind Arsenal. How hopeful are City to catch up with Arsenal?
Very hopeful. If they didn't just win 3 points yesterday, they also had a very psychological lift.
Yes,
They are very hopeful. I'm sure that they feel that they can win the league. You know, from that, from coming down 1-0 down to win at Anfield, where they've not won since 2003. Liverpool haven't won in
indeed.
Anfield since
And
2003.
statistics also shows
Mm.
that they've not been able to beat um, Liverpool in the same season, home and away, for a very, very long time.
Yeah,
So
like
going to Anfield to
yeah,
win
that
was
that
something that was
psychological lift is there. There are so many things that were against them.
mm,
The crowd 1-0 down. Still,
the
so you saw how they celebrated after that second goal,
yeah.
after the game. They feel it. They know that they will be there. It's the mental thing. They have players that Haaland, Diaz, players that have won it before. I'll be telling those younger ones, you see this, we are going to be in it till the very end. We can
Indeed.
win it. They will even tell themselves that we don't need to look at us now. All we have to do is win our games. The pressure will automatically apply to them
Yeah.
because they've been there before, and it's a psychological thing. So they will be there. They know that they've done it before, and they believe that they can do it. I believe it's mostly on Arsenal now to just avoid external pressure and work amongst themselves to keep delivering every week, every week. Just keep performing. Every other thing aside what is happening in that on that pitch, leave it out. Just deliver every week within that pitch. Forget external pressure, and I think they'll be able to win it.
Is it a game over for Liverpool for that top 5 finish? I mean, they
No,
just lost
come on. Nah,
Soboslai.
no, 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 no. It's still a long way to go.
But
Teams are going to lose games.
yes, but the teams in the top 5, they're looking pretty good. I mean, the likes of Chelsea, the manager have not lost a
Yeah,
game in the Premier League. Carrick is not looking like a guy that their next game is against West Ham, anyways. So he's not looking like a guy that's ready to slow down anytime soon. And we also stated the fact that have just one game to play. And then a Villa who have not really been consistent in last game, but you know how a certain what's that his name now, their coach behaves. He would like to definitely finish in that
yeah,
top 4.
yeah.
So
The thing is, you don't definitely Sobo's nice red card will affect them.
mm,
Definitely, at least he has been their best player for the past 2 seasons now. But there's still a long way to go. 13 games, just I think they are just 3 points the behind Man U, I think.
yeah.
So there's still a long way to go. Man U, we have not really. I know Man U are still going to lose games. They can't win and go. Liverpool, they are the champions. You know, it's all about them to regroup and see how they can fix what is going on with the team. So definitely, it's going to be a miss, especially now. But you cannot say they are out at this time. Nah, nah, nah. It might even reach the last game of the season to decide the top 5, the way it's happened last season.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the competition is still there.
Well, truly, it's the Premier League. Anything can
Yeah,
happen.
yeah,
Anything can happen. Till the end of the season, you cannot take any team, especially for a Liverpool side that have the likes of it, Ekitiki picking up from. So definitely, I agree with you. Definitely, it has to be to the end of the season before. Okay, now let's let's move on to the bottom table where relegation battle tightens.
yeah, yeah. I think it's getting more interesting by
No,
the week. That's not for Burnley and
no,
Wolves.
no, not Burnley and Wolves. We're
Yeah,
talking about
yeah,
West Ham,
yeah.
Leeds, and the likes of Nottingham Forest. Now, Leeds played at home to Nottingham Forest, where they won that game 3-1. After that devastating experience they had against Arsenal, they were able to contain Nottingham Forest and got a win in that
Yeah.
game.
Erlang Road, like I said, noisy place.
Mm.
It's really difficult for many teams in the Premier League to go there and really put up a performance. They played really well attacking football. I love how the coach has built that team.
Mm.
Uh, their attacking football, even their defensive organization. For a team that comes out and attack, you don't concede that much was just Arsenal that scored four, showing the progress of Arsenal. But I love Leeds organization. I don't think they're going down. They are 6 points clear now,
Yeah, that's 6 points above.
above Forest.
Yeah.
So I think with this victory, it's a statement of intent that we are not going anywhere.
Mm,
But we are in this league. Disappointing performance from Forest.
mm,
Disappointing. I really expect more from the midfield, from Anderson. He's been poor of late, really poor. I think his stock is going down. Anderson was brilliant last season, earlier in the season, but I don't know what's happening. Nottingham Forest are playing, they are always playing through that middle and they are conceding goals. So I think they should tighten up. They should look and see that West Ham is coming. West Ham is winning games. They are winning their
mm,
games.
mm.
And even the games that they don't win well, they don't win, you can see that they perform.
Indeed.
So they brought in some time Somerville scoring for the fifth game in a row now. Players are coming up when they are needed, even their new signing, their striker, also performing. So Nottingham Forest should watch their back. West Ham, doing well, doing all they can do, winning their games. I said it was going to be an easy one for them. First half, we secured 2-0, finding the pressure as well on Forest. So it's going to go down. It could go down to the end of the season. Like I told you, it's a long road to go.
Indeed.
West Ham, I don't think West Ham will. They just have the quality to be.
Mm.
Just have
That's so much belief there
yeah,
for not and
West
West Ham United. Well, yes, indeed, it can happen. They're just 3 points behind Nottingham Forest now, and Nottingham Forest doesn't look like a team that is that strong. They're going to stay, but as you just said, till the end of the season, you cannot say this is what's going to happen for sure. But definitely, West Ham look like that team that's giving a fight to stay in the league, and we'll see how it all pans out at the end of the season. Now, there you have. Moving on from the weekend review, let's take a look at players on the Score Review app, how they performed on game week 25. I hope your favorite player made it to the top of the table or on the ranking even. Let's start with the defense. We have Diego Dalot for Manchester United. He had 9 points, followed by Jaden Borge for Leeds United. He have 8 points. Now let's go to forward now. We have Cole Palmer for Chelsea. He pulled a total 17 points. He had a hat trick, and Victor Yogores, who had 2 goals, he is on 12 points. Now let's go to the goalkeeper. There are 4 goalkeepers that were able to keep a clean sheet. Dean Henderson for Crystal Palace, David Raya for Arsenal, and Semi Lemons for Manchester United, and also Mats Hamilton for West Ham United. Let's move to the midfield now. We have Bruno Guimaraes, who came back into that Newcastle starting lineup and dropped a great performance for the team. He had 10 points, followed by Leah Grieve for Leeds United, also on 10 points. Moving on quickly from there, let's take a look at the leaderboard on the Score River app and see how players performed for game week 25. I still can't find you. Your name is not on site here, Chike.
I've given up. I've given up.
Chike has given up. He doesn't.
We have serious competitions there.
A
I'll
lot.
just keep doing my thing.
Mm.
I know that one day I'll win a game with, but I'll just keep doing my thing. Let's see as it goes.
Definitely, there's a lot of competition because I can see different names. These are names I've not seen the last past 4 or 5 game weeks now. I'm seeing different names here now. Very, very impressed. So, guys, people are giving a fight. You can also join the fight for a top. Let's see. Coming in at number 5 for game week 25, we have Mark Ben Chubuife. He pulled a total 71 points and a prediction accuracy of 30%. At number 4, we have Habib Olanade. He pulled 72 points and a prediction accuracy of 40%. Then at number 3, we have Akaniola with 74 points and a 50% prediction accuracy. Lots of these guys are new guys on the top 5.
Yeah.
People are giving a 5, except for
Yeah.
you that could not find your way on the top 5. Quite unfortunate for you there, Chike. Now, at number 2 is Ebuka McPherson. pulled 79 points in total and a 71% prediction accuracy. And again and again and again and again and again on the number one spot for game week 25, it's Hilary Oga. I mean,
Let's just close the game and give it to him this year. The guy is too good. He's just too
Hillary
good.
Hillary doesn't look like he's going to slow down anytime soon. He's in fact he's the winner.
So
Let's leave
what
it.
was his prediction accuracy?
His prediction accuracy is 40%. Surprising. Like
40%.
yeah.
That means he scored. He picked some good
Okay,
squad.
he got the
Yeah,
right score.
yeah, yeah.
He
Are
have
you
a
sure
total
he didn't have Palmer in his team? Hat trick.
definitely to Palmer that it should
Mm.
be that hat trick should be in his team. Now he had 80 points, just 1 point off Ebuka who had 79 points. So he had a prediction accuracy of
That was
40%.
close.
Yeah. You can see guys are fighting for week in, week out. Guys are fighting to get on the top spot on every game week on the Score River app. You too can join. If you think you have what it takes, remember there's no money involved, just your football ability. You can contend with the likes of Hillary. Perhaps you'll be the guy to dethrone him on either of the next game weeks that are coming. So download the Score River app, join the game, play for fun, win for real. That's all for this week. We'll see you on the midweek show. It's bye from me.
Bye for now, guys. See you next week.